Great video, but why the by the way I'm gay? I swear you guys are as bad as vegans. I mean, I can't even be mad. That made me laugh my ass off, so thank you for that. Humor aside though, if me mentioning being gay bothers you, I just want to remind you guys that this is my YouTube channel, and also I am a stranger on the internet, so it's kind of weird for that to bother you in my opinion, especially enough to leave a comment. Simply click off. I'm a big advocate for protecting your peace, so while I think this is super weird and backwards to think, truly if it bothers you, like,
hey, then scroll! This isn't for you!
Focus on yourself. I can't, again, I can't be mad. This truly made me laugh. Also, I've been kind of unsure where to go from here regarding YouTube content. I am already like anticipating when I run out of shit to talk about. I didn't expect any of my videos to really be seen or get this kind of reception. It's been really cool talking to you guys in the comments. With my last video, I talked about the queer baiting in gacha games, and I just want to say, like, I am aware of the censorship laws in China, and in hindsight, I probably wouldn't call that queer baiting. I'm aware that it's not the devs' fault. I just wish that they were able to go the full length and not necessarily be so suggestive, and again, it doesn't make it any less disappointing, but I did want to point that out. Like, it's because of the censorship laws, and yeah. Hoyoverse has been kind of on my shit list lately, and I had a little bit of underlying bitterness when talking about the games, I will say. So that's my bad. I think going forward, I'll just try and see things a bit more positively. That's kind of what I wanted to do with my YouTube channel, but I saw an opportunity to shit on Hoyoverse and took it. So again, if you guys like the games, that's totally fine. It's just my opinion. Now, moving on to the real topic of today's video, I just wanted to take a look at Animal Crossing and talk about it and how much this series means to me, and basically treat this as a love letter to Animal Crossing. This one's going to be kind of an off-script video, so I'm going to try my best to be concise. I might end up just stopping recording and writing a script real fast to kind of get me through this, but so I actually did write a script because I was yapping too much, and it's insane. I don't know how people just like record videos without writing a script beforehand. Anyway, I wanted to talk about Animal Crossing and how much the series means to me. So a few videos ago, I mentioned my first experience with Animal Crossing was New Leaf, when my friend Jennifer had told me about the series upon getting her 3DS, and in turn I followed suit and I fell in love with the series ever since. I remember at least two of the villagers I had being Bubbles and Nate, I think. Honestly, now that I'm writing this, I think it was Bubbles, Nate, and Monty. I don't know, I might be making that up. Anyway, nonetheless, I know that for a fact Bubbles was one of them because she was such a standout for me. In 2013, I was at my peak Tumblr era, and I believe like hipster was like kind of like a thing.
What are you talking about?
So her having that catchphrase really made me giggle at the time, and yeah, I don't know, the game was like nothing I'd ever played before. Having like your own town and like getting to just kind of live a second life in this like little area was just, I don't know, so unique, and played a lot into what I was into at the time. Speaking of Tumblr, I think part of what made New Leaf such a memorable experience for me was the interactions I'd have with the fellow fans of the site. I made friends with a small group on there. Shout out to Jess, Jay, and Jasmine, which I'm just not realizing all of their names start with J. That's crazy. People would be trading items, adopting villagers, sharing screenshots and QR codes. It was just a lovely time overall. As far as I'm aware, we didn't have anything super insane happen, like people selling Raymond on eBay for hundreds of dollars, but please tell me if you've experienced that in New Leaf, because that's just wild to me. I can only speak from my experience. Something that will forever live in my head is the time that I got canceled on Tumblr because, well, okay, at the time there was this lovely user who just shared an opinion of not liking Bubblegum KK on their blog, and me, being a very smart freshman in high school, reblogged that with a gif of Nicki Minaj singing the lyrics from her song Check It Out. Now, let's just say this did not go over well, especially on Tumblr, and instead of me reaching out to the creator and being like, hey man, my bad, I didn't mean anything serious about it, I in fact doubled down. It basically said I don't care, which in hindsight, really dumb, but also very Tumblr of a thing to get upset about at the time. I don't think people would be taking it that seriously like nowadays, but I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Nonetheless, I remember people posting lies about me on anonymous Animal Crossing boards then after, so yeah, anyway, I hope that person is doing well. and I apologize on behalf of my ignorant high school self. Drama aside, New Leaf was a comforting game for me, and if my interactions on the internet didn't make this obvious already, I had a pretty rough home life growing up. It was definitely less than ideal, we'll just say. And while high school can be hella melodramatic, having to deal with that on top of shitty home life is just not fun. So having something to escape to was really sick. I feel like this has always been the case with me in video games. When I had unrestricted access to the internet at a young age, when I learned that I can type in more than just cartoonnetwork.com, I loved playing in online communities like Tiny Me, which, by the way, does anybody remember Tiny Me? I loved that shit. I actually also got banned on there because I didn't really... So, okay, a friend and I on there used to roleplay as characters from anime, and I was really into panty and stocking at that time, so I wrote my entire bio as if I was Panty from Panty and Stocking, and I talked about a lot of gross stuff on there. Needless to say, my cat was banned. It was really sad. I had a lot of stuff on there. That website is now defunct. I think they run like an NFT thing now. I'm not sure, but anyway, loved that website. I also loved playing Hunger Games Minecraft. Shout out to Bayesian Canadian for raising me for a good minute there. I would also go into live stream chats. I used to watch this toy review channel back in the day, and I would lie about being the woman who does covers of the Dance Dance Revolution songs, the English covers. Sorry, Queen, if I tarnished your name with bad grammar in these chats, because I was probably so clearly a child just lying for fun. Anyway, all that to say is escapism is sick as fuck when you are a teenager. Also, I have no idea how I managed to avoid getting groomed. I was so at risk. Yeah, when you're in high school, everything feels like it's going really fast and you don't have much control over your life. Or, well, maybe you're given too much control, trying to like choose what you want to do in the future, but like you're also 15, 16 and you're like, please slow down. Falling into something calming where you do have control was great. And my favorite villager up to this very day is Lobo. The cranky villagers were always the ones that I gravitated to the most because, I don't know, because they sort of play this older fatherly figure, and maybe that's something to unpack in my personal life. But anyway, I love Lobo. Growing up, wolves were my favorite animal, and I thought he was so cool looking, and while cats have sort of taken over that role for me nowadays, I love cats. Wolves are still cool, and Lobo is still a great friend to have in each installment, which it feels sort of weird to call video game characters friends, but truly that's what these characters are to the people who play the games and connect with them. Now, with New Horizons, I know there's a lot of discourse around the game, mainly about how Nintendo dropped it after a year or two, and yeah, in the long run, it's been a really big disappointment. Like I mentioned in a past video, I feel like New Horizons was already a massive game, and with the amount of items and content and how easily your island can lag with the amount of items that you place, maybe I just like clutter too much. I feel like New Horizons was pushing the limits of the hardware. I don't know, that might not even be true. I might just be making that up. It's just my theory. I'm just trying to, I don't know. Anyway, I can only hope that with the Switch 2 coming out this year, we can either like get an update to New Horizons with the backwards compatibility, but which I don't think a lot of people would be super hyped about, but I would personally love it if I don't have to spend another $60 to $70 on another Animal Crossing. But I mean, a new game entirely would be nice too, as long as they give it time to cook. I would love them to cook. I would love for them to cook. I have high hopes for this next game. I think with the feedback regarding New Horizons, along with the overall success of New Horizons, I feel like they have to do something great with this next one, right? Like I feel it in my bones, and I might be setting myself up for disappointment, but hey, I'd rather try my best to think more positively. I would love to see some old NPCs and furniture sets make a return, because like I said, I miss the quirky art style, and also the Gracie set, the Sweet set, the Rococo set are so slay. I want them back, please. Please, Nintendo, I'm begging you. New Horizons came at such a weird time in the world, and it's kind of crazy to think that that was 5 years ago almost. That's insane. But specifically, I remember having the game pre-ordered at Target. Then I saw on Twitter that GameStop was selling it a day early than it was supposed to release to avoid crowds, because reminder, there was something going on in the world. And girl, you better believe I canceled my pre-order and ran to GameStop. I wasn't aware that that was only for people who had pre-ordered it at GameStop, so I could have really fumbled my bag there, but the guy guy at the counter sold me a copy anyway, which thank you to that guy. I hope that you are having a lovely life. Thank you. When I say that that game had a grasp on me, I woke up every day throughout March and April and I played that game for literal hours. It was truly an addiction. I would even play during class over Zoom with my friends. God, I even remember during the pandemic, there was this post that people were sharing begging Nintendo to release it early. Like we were truly under a delusion. We had lost our minds during this thing, huh? Anyway, the game was clearly lacking, but it was a new Animal Crossing on modern hardware and I loved it. Obviously, I felt the lack of content after a while, but then the big update and DLC came out and what a moment. Froggy Chair was back, baby. I know, especially like during the hype, a lot of new players that had never played Animal Crossing before were hearing about it and they were like, okay, fine, we'll check it out. And I remember a lot of them saying that like, where's the hype? This is boring. And I feel like that really like hurt me a little bit because I was like so well versed in Animal Crossing at that time and I knew what the series was capable of. And I feel like New Horizons really kind of fumbled that at the start. So at the same time, older players were like, well, where's this stuff? And you could really just feel like the disappointment kind of getting bigger as more days went by. And you know, they definitely tried something with like the live updates and stuff, but I don't know, I don't know. It didn't work out too well. And overall, I want to say it was a misstep for the series. But like I said, I'm being hopeful. And for new players, I will say Animal Crossing New Horizons as it is now is a complete game that you can enjoy.
Yup.
It came out during a weird time, like I mentioned, and it definitely forced a lot of players into speedrunning the game because we truly had nothing else to do. There's a lot of good content overall, and I think it's a complete game. It's not necessarily exactly what fans had hoped for, but I think it's a good game. Oh my god, this is like such a poorly written section. I think it is a good, complete game if you are just getting into Animal Crossing, and if you play it how it's meant to, just day by day, nothing too serious. I think you will have a really great time with it, even 5 years later and somewhat abandoned. I think it deserves its flowers. And now, can we maybe have Main Street back? I hate how long it takes to get to Harvey's Island. I don't know. I love fantasizing about what might be coming with the series. So I have heard rumors about like cars and stuff coming to the game. I hope that's low-key not true. Like it's a cute idea, but like I don't know. I kind of am like having this realization that like Animal Crossing could completely change the game or change its like whole thing, and I'm like, getting a little nervous, but I'm staying hopeful because I do love this game, and I'm hoping that it will stay true to its roots. Obviously, I love Pocket Camp, and I still do. I will say some of the events last a little too long, but I also may be just finishing them a little too soon. So I'm trying to take it more casually, not be on it so much. I think I had a very big fixation on it, hence why I made YouTube videos about it. I would say my sentiments are generally the same from my last videos. So yeah, I don't know. That's pretty much it. I love Animal Crossing. I just wanted to talk about my love for it. Something a little bit more positive. I kind of just want to like spread positivity more. I feel like we could really use that right now. And let me know about your guys' experience with Animal Crossing. Did you guys grow up playing it? What was your first Animal Crossing? You know, like, yeah, mine was New Leaf, but I feel like I really missed out on an era of like Wild World and City Folk, which is so sad because I did have a DS growing up, but I was very much like Pokemon pilled. I didn't even know what Animal Crossing was. I'm not gonna keep yapping. I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for watching. Have a lovely day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, join the Discord, follow me on Twitch. I'm a little nervous to stream on Twitch because I've been noticing more people following, and I'm used to just streaming to my small little circle. So if you do come over, please be nice to me. That's it. All right. Bye guys. Have a good day. Bye bye.